Hi, good morning. I'm here with Jennifer Brennan from Harlow Consulting in Harrogate. How are you doing, Jennifer?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you, Mike.
Good stuff. Thank you very much for joining us today. So if you could kick things off as we normally do and tell us a little bit more about who you are, what it is you do, and the business that you run.
Sure, thank you. So I'm Jennifer Brennan. I'm one of the founder directors of Harlow Consulting. We're based in Harrogate, and we are a research and evaluation consultancy. We were established in 2019. So myself and my co-director Claire Vokes established the business. We work predominantly in construction, healthcare, innovation, and education in terms of the sectors that we specialise in. But our research methodologies can span all sorts of things, really. So we do all types of qualitative and quantitative research, be that literature reviews, surveys, depth interviews, focus groups, action planning, all sorts of impact and process evaluations. And we also do a fair bit in the education space. So we develop qualifications, information for apprenticeships. So it's quite diverse, I suppose, in terms of what we do. Skills is a big part of what we do. Skills, labour market intelligence. So skills tends to be a theme, regardless of which
Sure.
sector we're working in.
Brilliant. So what was the kind of spark that got you into the business in 2019 then? How did you get
Yeah.
into this?
Well, Claire and I had worked together for quite a long time before that. So between the two of us, we have quite a long career in research and evaluation. And we'd worked together for ages, just kind of reached the point in our lives where things got a bit different, where we both got a bit older. I had a baby, or things that cause you to think,
Yeah.
where are we going? What's happening? And we just felt really we wanted to strike out on our own and do this for ourselves and be in charge of our own destiny, and just try and do things a little bit more innovatively, and try and present our research in a way that really brings about the maximum of engagement. So our tagline is research with impact. We don't want to be producing long-winded reports that people just pop on the shelf and can't do anything with. We're producing different types of outputs, more engaging animations, videos, slide decks, things that bring things to life much more. And hopefully that helps people take the findings, do something with it, really create change with what we do.
Fantastic. So is that what you say stands you, what makes you different from other people in the sector that you're operating in?
I would like to think that it's that, but I would also like to think that it's our stance and our attitude when it comes to the work environment that we've created for our team. The culture of the business is hugely important to us. The well-being of our staff is really important to us, and I think if you asked most people who work with us, that they would say that stands out. We want people to come and be really fulfilled and interested and engaged in what they are doing in a nice, comfortable, flexible working environment, and we encourage staff to look into their own different types of skill sets and expand their own expertise. So as I said before, it's really about innovation for us. So can we do things differently? Are there different ways in which we can both present our research, but can we adapt our methodologies as well? Can we make better use of technology? So we really encourage the staff to always be looking ahead.
Fantastic. So what's your business journey been like to date then since 2019? If there's, say, one word you could describe it and then expand on that one word.
I suppose if there was a one word, it would be roller coaster, and I think that's a bit cliched, isn't it? And everyone says, "Oh yes, it's a journey." Before we started the business, we went on one of various kind of business advice guidance days and things like that, and sought advice from different people. And I remember speaking to somebody on a pre-business accelerator course that I went on just for a day, and he said to me, "Well, most people think that the business journey looks like this but actually it looks like this.
You know the post already.
And that's always stayed with me. So, there are lots of things to learn along the way. I think that the thing that stands out probably for both Claire and I is, learning to run a business.
Yeah.
We know what to do in terms of the work that we do. We've been running research projects for a very long time, but then you also have to learn how to run a business, how to do the finances, how to do HR. And we've been really lucky that we've found some really great consultants and external partners to support us with that. So we're very aware of where our own gaps in knowledge are, and we will always go out there and seek support to try and to basically supplement what we need. So we work with quite a few associates to provide that kind of information that we need.
Well, that's a great skill to have, is to be self-aware where the gaps are, and then be open-minded to access resource elsewhere to be able to fill those gaps and strengthen your weaknesses, I suppose. That's a good skill. Thank you for that share. That's a good one. So in terms of the future and what that looks like for you guys, what challenges, opportunities do you have ahead, do you foresee?
Well, it's been rapid growth for us, in our first 5 years. We've grown a lot more quickly than we anticipated, and the future is about more growth, really. So we have a team of 10 full-time staff, but we have quite a lot of associates that bolster that as well. So we work with probably 20, 30 associates as well. So we are able to take on quite substantial pieces of work now, and we want to really continue to strengthen the in-house team and grow that team a little bit more. So we have our offices in Harrogate. Longer term, we would think about establishing offices in other parts of the country as well, and just growing in that sustainable way. We didn't want to grow too quickly to make things feel too overwhelming, but we have a plan for the next 5 years in terms of what that growth looks like, and it does involve going into some new sectors as well, partnering with other complementary businesses to again just bring some different dimensions to what we do. So we're really excited about the future. I think in terms of challenges, maybe lots of people would say this, but it's about finding those people. There's a lot of people out there with really, really valuable skills that can transfer into a research career, and some of our absolute best members of the team never done research before, but they come in and they're really eager to learn, and we give them training, and they can translate their skills into a really rewarding research career. So it's about finding the right people, but finding the right fit for our culture as well. We're very protective of our culture, and we want people who want to be part of this team, be team players, and grow with us. And I suppose other things might be more unknown. We're obviously on election day right now. So by the time this interview goes out, doubtless we'll have a new government, and who knows what that will bring. But I think, being an optimistic person, I'll view that it will bring opportunities, not challenges.
That's it. Focusing on what you can change, as opposed to sort of external factors that are out of your control. But it sounds exciting in that description of the developing a culture and attracting people that will fit into what you do, and then being able to train them. Again, it's a great share on successful business recruitment, to be able to sort of recognize that there are people out there and to go after them and attract them. It can be a case when speaking to business owners that some people find that there's not enough people out there, but while it may be, I think, trickier perhaps these days to find them, I think they are there. But another great share. So in terms of yourself and your biggest lesson then, since you've been running Harlow Consulting, what would that be, Jennifer?
That's an interesting one. I think just try and find more time to stop and reflect. Things can go at breakneck speed sometimes, and the months fly by, the years fly by. I'm kind of amazed to be sitting here and saying we've been in business for 5 years, but I think as individuals, but also as a team as well, to take those regular pauses to say, let's just stop and reflect. What have we learned? What can we take from this? Can we celebrate the successes that we've achieved as well? Which is really important. So I think it's just making sure those reflection opportunities are very much peppered throughout throughout the months and the years, not getting to the end of another year and think, how did we get here then? It's I think people do find it challenging when you're in a really busy business to just not go from project to project, from task to task to task. We've realized how important it is to just down tools sometimes and take time together as a team, because we come out stronger for doing that. Sure. And take breaks. Take breaks. Yeah. Go out for a walk. Have some fresh air.
Well, yeah, sometimes while it seems like no, it's not this thing to be doing, it can actually, well, it will help you, I think, as you say, to stop and reflect whilst it might be going against your sort of instinct of fast-paced and got to be keep on doing things. It's actually reminded me of something that is said within our business here about why do cars have brakes, so they can go faster. Because you've got to stop, and then in order to be able to go around a bend and then speed up again.
I'll remember that one.
Yeah, you can have that one. I've taken it from somebody else. So, but yeah, it's a good analogy of how to reflect on that, really. So again, in terms of your inspiration to do what you do, what is it that kind of gets you out of bed in the morning? That really kind of gets you in flow in the business. What's your thing that you like doing most?
It would be my daughter. My daughter inspires me in absolutely everything. She's the person I live for, who I work for, I want to be a good role model for her. She's a little businesswoman in her own right. Actually, she made these earrings. She has a little business selling things. She's 10.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I like it when she asks me questions, about how do you sell things, how do you market things. I like that she's got these entrepreneurial skills and desires within her. So yeah, everything I do in terms of my inspiration is her. She is my inspiration and my role model.
Oh, brilliant. That's a lovely answer. Thank you very much for that. So if you were to go back in time, meet yourself at 18, say, and give a piece of advice to Jennifer, what would that be when you're just kind of starting out, I guess?
I'm not sure, knowing myself and now and at age 18, that I would have even listened to myself. If I was willing to listen to myself, it would be try and be more open-minded and flexible. And if things don't go exactly as you've planned, it's okay. Sometimes it's okay. And this just means another avenue will open and a different path is there to be followed. And that's okay. So I think if you're a perfectionist by nature, which I am, it's quite hard to accept that there's possibly a plan B and maybe even a plan C as well. So I would be saying don't put everything in plan A, because there's other plans, there's other ways forward.
There's definitely words of experience talking there. Have a good share, thank you. So lastly, in terms of any latest news around what you guys are up to, or even as a case of sharing your website, so if people would like to get in touch, they can do, feel free to do that now.
Oh, great. Thank you. Yeah. Website's about to be revamped and relaunched. So please look out for that. So that's harlowconsulting.co.uk. And we're also on LinkedIn. So we share a lot of updates on that. We've just won a few new projects. We've just been appointed to a new big framework. So we will be sharing those updates shortly on LinkedIn. So yeah, but if anyone wants to have a chat to us, please do get in touch.
Awesome. Jennifer, thank you very much for sharing all that you have. I wish you all the best for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years of the business. And thank you very much for coming on the Business Spotlight.
Thank you very much.